Pika, you're being a little too loud. It's the day after St. Patrick's Day. We call it St. Advil's Day. Welcome to the Comics Coffee Table. It's the day after St. Patrick's Day. I call it St. Advil's Day. What are you putting underneath your nose today? I'm putting this. Some hair of the dog that bit me. Oh, there we go. I also got a Reuben sandwich. What to do with all of this leftover boiled dinner, this corned beef? Look at this Reuben sandwich. Beautiful Reuben sandwich. This is from my pub. They had boiled dinner. I had some boiled dinner there last night. And a couple of pints of Guinness. I'm a little rough right now. Like a Pomeranian or a teacup terrier. A little rough. That was a dog pun. Oh, that's to the dogs. Oh, you're going to need a doggy bag for that, to pick up that shit. How now, brown cow? How you doing today? Welcome to the Comics Coffee Table. And we can leave our problems over there. Come and pull up a chair and bring a cuppa. Whatever it is you're drinking today, you can see what I'm doing. I'm up to. It's Saturday. It's a fucking day off. I got a weekend. And I'm going to my mother's tomorrow. She's having boiled dinner, Irish style, with soda bread, and like grandma's Irish bread and everything, and Guinness, and just, so. Oh, God, that's today. No, it's not tomorrow. Tomorrow is new release day. I'm going to Ma's. It'd be nice to see everyone. Pre-recorded live before a studio audience of stuffed animals from our Boston studios. The Comics Coffee Table. I am reboxing, reboarding, and rebagging my entire collection. Along the way, I'm using these two books, these resources, these valuable fountains of information to educate myself, and perhaps you too, along the way. I'm going to not only be going down memory lane with some great funny books, but I'm going to get a ballpark estimate of what my collection's worth. And I'm finding some really good highlights along the way and surprises. I'm always surprised when I find like a random issue usually of a first appearance that has skyrocketed its value. And that's always impressive to me. And the amounts of variant covers in issues number 1 or issues number 0 that just don't really, that they keep their cover price. Let's put it that way. That's putting it nicely. And I'm also getting my head around grading, that 10-point grading scale of comic books. This has been really good at how to identify dings in my collection, but also when I'm buying back issues. This has given me better eyes and a better sense of what to look for, especially in the corners and spines and things like that. Just, if someone's asking for $16 for a back issue, you know what? Look it up in the book. Is it really worth $16? Is it worth $16 to you? That the comic book shop, is trying to make a profit and keep a roof over its head. A lot of the show is about my love of the comic book shop. I've had a comic book shop in my life, pretty near all my life. My first interactions with comic books were definitely on ye old newsstand and spinner rack of the corner stores here in Boston. You would know them as bodegas or mini marts. Usually the store would be on the corner of, say, of two streets, like I and 8th or West Broadway and Dorchester Street, Dorchester, or something like that, or Mohawk and Logan Way, or whatever was it, Mohawk and Divine Way. That's where the Village Market was, near the courts, right near Logan Way. Yeah, and ye old harbor housing community there of the projects, the Sully projects. There were 3 projects, technically 4, I guess. Columbia Point was technically South Boston, or is that Dorchester? This isn't the show for such questions. Our questions revolve around such comic book shop-style conversations, such as, who had the better Robin uniform? You think it was Tim Drake? You think it was his 1 year later look, his Red Robin look, the Red Robin post-rebirth look? the Jason Todd New 52 look. What is your favorite? Well, mine is Alex Toth or Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, something like that. Just classic silver Bronze Age. Bronze Agey. Yeah, Bronze Age is where I'm at. I'm a Bronze Age baby. This is true. We used to run down the ages in the old show. Last year we were doing the golden age of DC Comics, 365 days. That book was given to me by one of my best friends about 2 decades ago, and that's been surfing my coffee table ever since, and hence why we meet at the coffee table. So the coffee table's been a theme, and one of the themes of the show is to I am getting my ass back to my local comic book shop. I've had one. Like I said, I grew up the spinner rack and newsstands, but comic book shops were new, and they began popping up in Boston. Literally, the first comic book shop is in New England is in Harvard Square. It's Million Year Picnic. They're still open. They've been open since, I believe, 1974. They're coming up on their 50th anniversary. I hope they make it to their 100th and beyond. I really do. Tony's a good guy. I love going there. I had Superhero Universe 3 at the corner of Winter and Washington in downtown Crossing. I had New England Comics in Quincy, at Quincy Senna, at the Rotary, before they moved down the street to the mini mall kind of look. And their current location. That was ancient history. I mean, there have been so many little comic book shops that have come and go. And some that have, endured the tests of time. And the comic book shop is, the direct market's changing. I mean, comic book shops are in need of our business. So I'm taking my business to the local comic book shop. This is a rebag, reboard, and rebox show. And I want to make a big deal out of going to the local comic book shop, the mom and pop brick and mortar shops, to get your supplies. I'm using short boxes now. I'm also picking up my bags there. I know I need Mylites and Mylars, but these will do, I'm pretty sure. I'm getting a feel of, literally, a tactile feel of, bags going through this old collection. And some acid-free boards, which I should have been using the entire time. I'm the biggest convert. I'm like Saul on the road to Damascus when it comes to the backing boards. You can call me the St. Paul of the backing board now, huh? But yeah, that's the whole point of the show, is to rebag, reboard, rebox. We're going to be checking out the value of some of these Bad Larrys and these old friends. And we're also going to be diving into an old long box, my Crisis on Infinite Earths long box. I love it. It's a personal curation of different, mostly the Crisis stories, from Crisis on Infinite Earths all the way through until, gotta say it, Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths from 2022, last year, by Williamson and Simper. I bought them. And the Flash tie-in issues by Jeremy Adams. Those were fun. I didn't mind it as much as everyone else. Yeah, it's got problems. Sure, it's not really crisis-y, but I mean, whatever. I mean, it was over the top. It was fun, and I'm a Dick Grayson fan. And at the end of the day, it was just it helped get me back into comic books, and it gives me something to talk about with my contemporaries in the YouTube comic book creator community. I'm Wes from Thinking Critical. God bless you. He invites me on his show, and he and his are the people that got me back into buying comic books. I now go back to my local comic book shop every Wednesday just to check what's on the shelf. There's usually a floppy or two that I can pick up, and I will. And also, I'll look through the back issues too. I have a list. Keep an open list on your phone in your notes of what you're looking for. There are certain slices of nostalgia that I'm endlessly looking for, like Star Wars comic books, Marvel Star Wars comics from the late 70s and early 80s. I'm a goof for. I want them all. I really do. I have no space for them, but that doesn't stop us. I mean, we're continually running out of resources and room, but we always make room for more, don't we? We do. That's love. And so, speaking of love, let's talk more about the Crisis long box. Yeah, so we talked about 52 for a couple of days. That was fun. I got to put boards in all of those. Yeah, I got to get back to that. And we talked about 1 year later. What we haven't talked about, though, is the Sinestro Corps War. We haven't gotten there yet. We might not today. That needs its... I think that needs some space and some... Look at that. This is an Ethan Van Sciver art. I mean, and he based this on a JLA back issue. I asked him on Twitter. I was like, hey, did you base your cover off of this issue? And he was like, hell yeah. I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. I'm looking forward to New Green Lantern by Jeremy Adams. I don't even know who his art pair is. But yeah, I mean, I love that. Parallax has infected Kyle Rayner. Oh no. But yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of Green Lantern in here. But I wanted to talk a bit about Countdown. So these are new iterations of this is the 1 year later DC universe. Here we go. This is a nice gate. This is a big old page. I want you to notice Robin. That's his 1 year later Robin outfit. Inspired. We call it the Gotcha Man outfit. That it's inspired by. It looks visually inspired by Gotcha Man, the Japanese anime of the 70s, also known as Battle of the Planets, G-Force. I want you to pay attention to Shazam here. That's Billy Batson. He's now the Wizard Shazam. Omac's been reformed. Let's see, we've got... and there's Mary Marvel. You know I love Mary, and she's in white there. But she's moving... She'll be moving into black by the mid-countdown. And when we get to the point of this... It's eventually the title changes to Countdown to Final Crisis. Huge. I know. Now this tried to recreate the effect, like that lightning in a bottle effect that 52 the weekly had, by making a new weekly comic book. Now we know that. We know that they sell. They people will show up for them and buy them, but they added more moving parts to this, such as they had some tie-ins. And I actually kick off Countdown with this. I mean, it literally, to see the symbol down there, it says Countdown 41. So this one will coincide. It needs to be filed with Countdown 41, week 41. So we start at week 51, and we work our way back in the countdown. And we're counting down to eventually the title change. The title change will reveal its destination. And we will be counting down to... We'll be counting down to Final Crisis by Grant Morrison. I also have this one too, the Busiek Johns Action Comics. This is Action's 850. I wonder how much this is worth. I see these are milestone issues. I don't think there's a first appearance in here, but this ties in to Countdown because Jeff Johns in Action Comics reestablishes the closest thing we're going to get to the pre-Crisis on Infinite Earths Legion of Superheroes. They're adults now, and and Clark was their Superboy, and they're all old friends. There's actually a great issue with Lightning Lad and Batman arguing because they're both Clark's best friend, yet they don't like each other very much. But by the end of the issue, they have a begrudging respect for each other. They really do. Action 850. Action 850. Action 850 is worth $4. Yeah. So milestones, aren't necessarily going to bring more money. So this is Batman and the Legion of Superheroes, which is a different Legion. The tells are in the outfit designs and specifically in Starboy. Starboy was what we call race swap for this one. So and yeah, they were just like, the visual tells of which legion is this. There are 3 distinct legions of the superheroes and 3 distinct multiverse Earths. We'll find out, because at the end of 52, we have a restored multiverse of 52, of a local multiverse of 52 Earths. So there are issues that tie in directly to Final Countdown. It wasn't the best, no. I mean, I know it's, and it gets really multiversal. Eventually, there'll be an Earth, like 2 Earths, and a number in between them, and that's going to tell you which Earth is this taking place on. And this has it gets really Kirby-like in here, and over on Batman, we've introduced Damian Wayne. There we are. And Red Hood, Jason Todd is a big character in here. We have Rogues. That's not a nipple. That's a rose tattoo. Like the search for Ray Palmer. And there's when Tim becomes the Red Robin that we know from the Kingdom Come series. Jason Todd gets the Kingdom Come Red Robin outfit from an alternate Batman and brings that uniform back to the Earth, and then eventually becomes Tim Drake's primary Robin outfit. And he adopts the name Red Robin to distance himself, probably emotionally, from Damian, who's a pain in the ass. And so this one, when it comes to Countdown, I got a lot of different stuff interpolated between the issues from other comics. Specifically here, between Countdowns 50 and 49, I filed. They're not necessarily supposed to be here, but like I said, this is a personal curation. This is me being the maestro of this story. I've got what's known as the Lightning Saga by Jeff Johns, art by Dale Eaglesham, Injustice Society number 2, Justice League 8, Justice JLA 8. So here we go. We got Alex Ross art. I've got Michael Turner art. This is what I was saying about Michael Turner. This is great. So this is the Lightning Saga. I'm not sure that they actually overlap like that, but I have them filed like that for a reason. Oh, wow, Shane Davis. I love Shane Davis art. Let's look at some Shane Davis art real quick. Shane Davis is an amazing artist. It's really good. And this was when we started. So we started getting clues. There are like little clues all over the stories leading up to this. It's really nice. These are just very well done, interconnected universe comic books. Back when you had an editorial staff that really gave a shit and had direction and was a maestro. You have all these, you're like a project manager. You have all these different data streams coming from different sources. Who correlates that and makes it makes it a useful tool to everyone involved, especially the client. It's got to be the editors. And why do modern comics suffer at Marvel? Well, it's got to be the editors. I'd be eating my sandwich more, but I want to hear anything about touching French fries and sandwich and Thousand Island dressing and then touching my paper comic books. Because that's just life anyway, Here, I'm going to eat one. Fuck it. Some dressing. Yeah. Now I have grease on my hands. And now I'm going to touch some comic books. Yes. I'm wiping them off on my pants. Death of a New God. Great. I follow Shane on Twitter. I'm going to have to show him. Hey, I came across the Lightning Saga. This is great stuff. And here's Mary Marvel. She's losing her powers. And she's being seduced by the darkness. Because we have, like, finished... They had concept art of Mary Marvel's direction in Final Crisis. Mary Marvel gets taken over by a new god named Desaad. So Mary becomes very S&M, leather, bondage material, very, just a corruption of a genuinely hopeful character. And after that, she has this huge regret because she could see herself. She knew she was possessed. She can see herself being, manipulated by Desaad. And but before that, leading up to that, you have her being in league more with Black Adam. Black Adam has lost his family. He's lost Isis. He's lost Osiris. And he's, going back to being a bit more taciturn. And he's tasted hope. He's tasted heaven. He tasted love. And it was all ripped away from him. He's a great character. This is, Black Adam had a really, really great heyday in the beginning of the 21st century. I mean, it's wonderful. Wonderful. DC, perhaps maybe one of DC's best anti-heroes. I know it's an overused kind of thing. But yeah, here we go. Mary Marvel in black. And she's accepted some of Black Adam's magic too, so she can look at that. Art by Rod Rice. This is amazing. Hope is a delusion. Yeah, you'd never see that kind of art now. Well, because it's violence against women. I mean, it's simple. Here we go. Boom. Look how you have grown. And from here, Mary starts getting a taste, you know what I mean? A taste of the Black Adam power, and being less of a moral high ground and more of instinctual and selfishness. And I like that, putting her through that character arc, because she does feel palpable regret when she transforms back in the pages of Final Crisis, when her best friend, Freddie Freeman, the new Shazam, uses his magic word and frees her from her literal bondage to the new god Desaad. And all the regret of all the actions that she took. This is really great, cute scene. Like, she's fighting Supergirl in Final Crisis. Mary Marvel is. And it happens off panel where it's like, it's Supergirl saying, yuck! And then you see, like, Mary Marvel flying, punched through a wall, and Mary Marvel then, like, wiping her mouth off. And kind of like, that, poor Supergirl probably got kissed and didn't want... It was a presumptuous, unconsensual kiss. And we've been talking about comic books, and we're going to continue to talk about comic books every day. It's 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about cooking, spirituality. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. I'm a big lad. I can handle it. It's the day after St. Pat's. I need a little hair of the dog. I need some to do something with this boiled dinner leftovers. And I need to get to me ma's place for boiled dinner again. And more Guinness. Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend. I call the day after St. Patty's Day St. Advil's Day. Or St. Tylenol's. Oh, to St. Tylenol. I see you like greyhounds in the strip and hold your manhood cheap here on St. Tylenol Day. Cry God for Harry, St. George, and England. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. Hey, you have a great day. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.